My name is Joyce Wanjiru Maina. I'm from Kenya. I'm 52 years old. I'm a mother of 3 boys and 2 grandchildren. I come from Nairobi, part of Kenya. I come from Central in community of Kenya. Central is the big culture in Kenya.
So I do a lot of things. I'm an actor. I act for TV. I act for theater. I act for TV. I act for theater. I sing. I do music. I record music. So basically, I'm a performing artist. Anything to do with performance, I try and do. I also am very interested in the traditional element of performance, because when you talk about my ancestral home, we have different genres of music. One of them is called the Nyatiti. So the Nyatiti is what I play. So I can say I'm a Nyatiti musician.
Yeah. Okay. I will say I have experience since I came in South Korea with student. When I come, I was like, they are students, they look sad, they are not saying hi, but I didn't know they were missing something. Like 1 week later, I come to see how students they are. They are very nice, they are joyful, we start to understand each other. So I feel like our culture is to show the student that every part of thing can work everywhere.
I think it's important in both ways. You know, the first way is it opens up space for, you know, the Korean community to be able to understand other cultures, other ways of life from a deeper space. But it also allows them, gives them inspiration to see how they can be able to experiment their own forms and ours. It has been very interesting to me to see that a lot of instruments that the Koreans have and the Indonesians, because we work with Indonesians, actually look similar. And some of them sound almost similar to the instruments that we have. Like a good example is the instrument that Ju plays. I think it's called Haigun. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right. But it looks like another instrument played in my community called Orutu. And in another community even more, because I think it has 2 strings, called Wadede. But it's actually the same thing, you see. So there's also this shaker that I see even in the temples. We have the same. The style might change just a little bit. So you see, when you begin to see, you know, Africa crossing the sea and all that, and you come here and you see that there's similarity, it also gives hopes in humanity, to mean that we actually have a commonality somewhere, you know. We were inspired in a way from a common space. At the same time, when I come here, I also borrow a lot from the Korean culture. There are so many things that are just amazing, you know, like the traditional form is very different from our traditional form. It's their style is more like what we call Daj in a African style, which is still is like lullaby and funeral, but it's still very powerful. So I can borrow that and I can include it in some of my music. So I think it's about cohabitation and co-sharing of talent and what we know. Yeah.
Oh yes, it feels. Dance make you feel everything inside you. As myself, it feels, because even when I'm home, I will miss my dance. Even if I will be sick, I will feel just to go there and dance. Thus I see that dance heals everybody. Yeah, it is.
In what way do you feel?
I feel great when I'm dancing. I feel good when I'm doing this, because I know people said, oh, now I'm supposed to be retired, but I keep on continuing, because without dance, I don't know if I can move on, because it's healed every part of my mind, my body, and everything I have.
Well, you know, I can't talk for the students. I hope it has been something that they can be able to take home. What I've seen, what I know is, for me as an artist, I feel that my art is very important when it touches life. It's not about culture. You know, culture, I think it's the Western world that brought this idea of culture as an exhibition. I think it started from the Roman Empire, you know, where they stole other people's culture and then they exhibited it, you know, which is usually very painful for people like us to remember, because all over the world, you know, because we still have museums, Western museums, that have, our even heads, even heads of our leaders, that they put even idols at our gods, even drums. That is not the meaning of culture. So when I come here, I am sharing my life, I'm sharing my story, and I'm sharing our way of life, or the way my ancestors used to live. That is very important to me. And that is why when I get a feedback from the students, you know, it touched me when students say, okay, I haven't experienced something like this before. I remember when we were doing a dance class and I observed that there's a student who was dancing and then they just started laughing by themselves and then they just got into it and enjoyed. That really touched me because it was a personal experience to them, you know. It was something different, but it hit their bodies in a way that they couldn't understand, and they continued with it. That is my purpose.
I think whoever think about this, he make the right decision, because we have seen. I've been dancing, working with this student. I have seen how they are. They are great dancers. They are great every moment we are teaching them. Every kind of drum music I'm making, they are making. So I think the students are happy and they can do everything.
Okay. This has been a wonderful experience. This is my first time in East Asia. And I don't even know how to start. I think I'm still overwhelmed by all this. I feel like, first of all, the university, to me, is just in one of the best locations I've ever seen. It feels like it's inside a forest, you know, just the beauty and the nature and the rest, you know, it allows you to be in. But also, secondly, just to be able to work with faculty, you know, people from different places like yourself, and get to learn, you know, your cultures. I think that is important because now I want to go to Chile because of you, you know, I've just the way I've understood it. Now I'm seeing LA differently because I've seen it from Zach. But also, even in Korea, understanding that, you know, when we started, there was a little bit of a culture shock because, you know, Africans, we are a bit extra friendly and extra humble to each other. So we didn't know how to connect in that way. But once you begin to connect with them, I just felt like they are the kindest people that I've ever met. They're very generous and they're very respectful. So I really, really appreciate my time here. I really, really appreciate you people that you supported me. And I just really appreciate being in this space. Maybe what I would have wanted more is just to see a little bit more of Korea, you know, just to see a little bit more, just to experience it some more. So that is something I'll be looking forward to. I enjoy, and this is to everyone who supported me, every Korean out there, and everyone who we interacted with. Just thank you for making this experience memorable. Really appreciate.